Hey everyone! Oh my Lord, what a morning, or what a day this has been so far. I have had the coolest morning at my desk. No meetings, no calls, no nothing. Diving right in. Hey Dora, how are you? Oh my God, you know how good it feels when you just sit down, head down, bum up, and you just breeze through the morning and you get so many things done. It blows your mind. Like, blows your mind. That is what today has been like for me. So let me know, Dora, what have you been up to today? Have you achieved everything you wanted to on your to-do list? Um, my to-do list is pretty huge, but there were a couple of projects that I kept avoiding, hesitating on, not taking action on, and I nailed them this morning. Absolutely nailed them. And it feels so amazing. So I wanted to jump on and share that with you because I know how uncomfortable it can get when we are stalling on the projects we need to do. We are stalling and hesitating and avoiding, like the plague, the actual things that we need to focus on. We can keep really busy with the emails, with the Facebook, Instagram, with fussing around with colours, with just fussing and faffing around. We can keep really busy with all that stuff and we can pretend that we're being really productive. But nothing gets you into action more than clarity around what it is you want to create or what the project is that you want to work on. And just owning up to that and just accepting that that is the thing you're going to do. And that's what's happened to me. The last few days for me, I've had some really cool calls with people, just allowing me to reflect back on what I was working on, where I was going, what was going on in my head, because although I help people with this stuff every single day, I still need people to help me see that for myself. Like the work that I do with other clients, I can't do that always for myself. I can kind of know what I'm looking for, but it's really hard for me to see my own shit and to see my own blind spots. That's what I do for other people. So I've had some really good sessions this week with friends, mastermind groups, just colleagues, people that I trust that know my situation, that know me really well, and have been on the journey with me. And they really helped me get clarity on what it was that I wanted to work on. And it's so, so important that when we are getting stuck, when we are feeling in the goo, when we're feeling like we're just not making progress, we're not kind of feeling that flow, then we need to do something about it. Now, the best thing to do is to, first of all, acknowledge that you are stuck. It's okay to say, oh my God, I'm stuck. Pretending you're not stuck is not going to fix the problem. I always say we can't fix what we won't face. You have to acknowledge that you're stuck. Totally fine. Happens to all of us. Like, no shame, no guilt, no judgment. We all get stuck. And when we get stuck, it's because we've spent too much time in our head trying to come up with all the answers at once without moving into something. Um, so, yeah, when you have clarity around what it is you want to do, what you are working on, you can forget about all the other stuff that's bugging you for attention, all the other distractions that are out there. Dora, let me know if this resonates. If you're coming back to the replay, let me know if this resonates with you. Let me know if you've had those days this week where you're just kind of faffing around and not really knowing what you want to focus on next. Or you've realized that you are in avoidance. If there's a big job or project you need to get into and dive into, and yet you're not making the time for it, it's not a priority, although you know it's important, you are not setting that as your priority, ask why. Ask yourself why you're not doing that. One of the jobs I got off my list this morning has been sitting there looking at me for literally weeks, and I was avoiding it because I didn't want to look at it. I didn't want to do it. But I did it this morning and it feels amazing. It feels so freeing to get that project done and off my list. Like, amazing. I just want to go dance around the house. Although then my dog might think we're going for a walk. And the other thing is, having those conversations with people this week has got me so crystal clear on what I need to do next. So the other project was an admin project that was, my bookkeeper's coming over tonight. I needed to get a job done for her. I was avoiding it because I didn't want to do it. It's now done. Tick for tash. From a project and a business perspective, if you are unclear about what it is you're creating, hey George, welcome. I always want to pick up my cup of tea when I see your profile picture, George, because you're drinking your coffee, and I have my tea here, but I just finished it. That was my celebratory cup of tea because I got through a huge morning of stuff. it was a bit early for wine and I have to go pick my son up this afternoon. So I'm not celebrating with wine, maybe later. But when we are getting stuck on things, we're not productive. We're not effective. We're not efficient. We're not creative. We get so stuck in our head, we cannot see the blind spots that are pretty obvious for someone else looking in, perhaps, if you're being honest and open. We can't see it for ourselves. Sometimes you need someone else to give you that different perspective, to go through everything, like to allow you to do the big brain dump, to go through everything that's happening for you or not happening for you, and to say, hey, I think this is where we need to focus. What about this? What about that? Let's start over here and talk that through and go through it and understand why. First of all, clarity comes in two forms. So I've got here, not sure what you need to work on or desperate for clarity. When we are getting stuck, we are not clear on what it is we're creating, building, or who it's for. Like we don't have clarity. Once you have clarity around something, you are crystal clear, you know exactly what you need to do, and you get on with the job. It's probably still scary, probably still a bit uncomfortable, especially if it's something new that you're creating, or it's not fully tested in your mind. Like you can do it, you want to do it, but maybe it's something that's not fully tested with your clients yet, your audience, in your business, whatever the iteration of it is. If that's not fully tested, then you may hesitate, you may go into a bit of denial, you may find all the excuses as to why you're not going to do that thing. In my experience with myself, my own journey with all the clients that I work with, when that happens, when you are stuck behind a blind spot and you can't see anything, you need an external perspective to get you out of that. You need someone who is not so emotionally attached to the stories you've created around why you can or can't do that thing, to give you a different point of view, to give you a different perspective, to remind you that you are the one to do that thing, or to give you clarity around why that actually isn't the thing you need to be doing. The thing you need to be doing is that thing over there that you're avoiding. Let me know if that resonates, because I know I'm not the only one that does this, has been through it, experiences this. I can't even talk. I've just been head down, bum up. What time is it? I didn't even know what time it was. It's nearly 1 o'clock. So yeah, I just want you to maybe reflect, sit back now, look at everything you've achieved. What is it today? Wednesday lunchtime, smack bang middle of the working week here. Have a look at everything you've achieved this week. And are you feeling on fire by everything you've achieved? Like, are you feeling like you are on track, you are on point, you are productive, you know exactly what you're working towards, you know exactly what to pay attention to, and all of that stuff that's going to give you that energy and that momentum forward in your business, personally or professionally. Like the work I do as a discovery coach, yes, it's professional, it's business development, it's growing the business, but we can't grow our business, we can't grow professionally unless we're also growing personally. They are joined together. There is no one without the other. If you try and grow your business without that personal development, you're only going to go so far. It's going to feel hard. You're going to fall for the mind shit that comes up. You're going to fall for all the things that you should be doing, shouldn't be doing. You're going to fall into consumption over creation. You're going to fall into denial, avoidance, all of those things, right? When you work on the personal and the professional at the same time, both grow together. Like it's the best package deal I can explain. Like it's the best, apart from maybe an all expenses paid trip somewhere far, far away in the warm sunshine with the ocean. But if we're looking to package things up, working on your personal and professional development at the same time is key. That's what we need to focus on. But it can be really hard when you are stuck in the muck of, oh my God, I don't even know what to do next, or this is scaring the pants off me way too much, and I don't even know where to start. Netflix is calling. I think I'm just going to check my emails for the 27th time and call it a day. Now that's fine if you're not really wanting to achieve things, but if you're wanting to go out and make a difference and do the things you're here to do, then you need to get away from that distraction of habit. We get a distraction. We have all these crazy ass habits that we don't even know we're doing. Like, it's amazing. The more I pay attention to my own habits and my beliefs and the stories and my thoughts and all of that good stuff that makes who we are and gives us the result that we're getting every day, the more I pay attention to that, the more I realize how many totally unhelpful stories and habits I had going on in my day. Totally unhelpful. Like if I was unsure about something or uncertain, my default habit was to avoid it. and go and get busy with something I could do that I could get a result from, because that made me feel better. I'm getting better at getting over that one, but it's something that we all fall for. So if you are going through this stuff, I want you to know that you are not alone in that. So that's my little kick in the bum for you today, my little reminder that no judgment, no guilt, no shame, but seriously, check in with what you've been up to this week, what you've got planned for the rest of the week, for the next month. Are you on point? Like, do you have clarity around what you're here to do, what you're here to create, who you're doing that for, what the actual job at hand is? Because we can find a million jobs to do. There is an endless list of things we could be tinkering with, but is that the thing that's going to move you forward and move your business forward and get you to the place that you want to go? Not playing small, not faffing around over here in the little, the sidelines, but you want to go here, then you need to move it. You need to do it. You need to step into that. And I really want to encourage you to be honest and open with yourself about where you're at and what you're doing and why you are doing those things. If you want help with that, I'm here for you. I love nothing more than helping people with that stuff. Dora, we've worked together before. We're working together now. Like, you know what it's like when you have that other person, that external set of eyes coming in to give you that different perspective, to keep you accountable, to help you see things you can't see for yourself, to help you really step into that person you want to become. And it's really important that we reach out for support when we need it. Don't sit there completely stuck and in denial about it, too ashamed or scared or hesitant to say it out loud. There is no shame in saying, I need help right now. And some people need a little bit of help, and some people need a lot more help. Everyone's different. But we all need support and we all need help. If I tried to do every single thing by myself all of the time, which I've fallen into that trap before. Don't get me wrong, I'm far from perfect in this. But the times I have retreated back into my bubble and not asked for help and tried to figure things out by myself, that is when that doubt and that fear and that hesitation. Hey, Kerry Lee, how are you? When you go retreat back into your bubble and you're not reaching out for support, that is when you just go downwards again. You don't get to make the momentum. Hey, Callie, I'm just sharing the best morning. I've had the best morning this morning, super productive, super focused, super clear on everything I wanted to do. And I'm just sharing how important it is to get clarity on what it is you are working towards, and also clarity on what's actually stopping you. I was having a conversation, I'm talking to some people. I'm resurrecting Clarity Base Camp. So I'm not sure, Kelly, or Kerry Lee, if you remember Clarity Base Camp. It's a program I ran a little while ago. And I've been working through different things on that to really sort of update it and get it out there and ready and whatnot. And when I first ran Clarity Base Camp, it was all about clarity about your direction. Yes, absolutely, clarity. So clarity in a direction, your story, style, and experience, and how you can understand what it is you're working towards and what you want to create. Since I ran the first lot of Clarity Base Camp, I've learned so much more around giving people clarity and seeking clarity around the direction you want to go, but also what's stopping you. And again, they go hand in hand. So anyway, so I was having those conversations with people, and again, it's really helped me reflect back on, okay, where am I getting stuck right now? What do I want to work on? What am I going to move forward on? What am I just going to park to the side for a little while? Because I think another habit of distraction for us, for all of us, we're all guilty, is there'll be something we really want to do. Like, we so want to create it and do it and be that person. But it's scary and it's uncertain and we're doubtful and we're hesitant. And so we distract ourselves with all the things. We distract ourselves with another project. And that was happening to me this week. I had a map of what I wanted to do, and I distracted myself with all the other shiny ideas that I was coming up with. Great ideas, we'll probably still implement them, but they were distracting me from what I actually wanted to create, from what my longer term vision is. So when we're creating our businesses and we have that ascension model, so where people meet you right now, what is the journey you're taking people on? And so where do you meet them? You meet them where they are right now, and you take them through a process, like to get them the end result that you want to give them. We all have so much value and opportunity to help people. Some people are more ready than others to get that support. Some people are just dipping their toe in. So we need to meet them where they are. And yeah, so this week has been amazing for me to get clarity again on where am I taking people? What is the journey that we are on together in this thing? What is the gap that I want to fill for them? And how am I going to do that? You do that all the time, do you, Carrie Lee? Yeah, I think we're all guilty of it. I think we all, because it's a short-term fix, isn't it? If we are uncertain and unsure and the doubt and the fear comes up when we're wanting to do something else, it feels better for us to go and do something we know what to do, or to find all these distractions. Another form of distraction, honestly, is consumption. Let's sign up to the other ebook, a new mailing list. Let's get another video series. Let's download a webinar. Let's get all these other things which will confuse us even more potentially, rather than realizing that we actually have everything we need. We just need to be guided towards that and to be reminded of what we have in front of us already. That used to be a default of mine. When I was feeling uncertain and when I was feeling unsure, I would go seeking and looking for another course or another coach or another program to give me all the answers that I wanted. The reality was I already had that information. I already had those answers. I was just too scared to admit that and face up to them and actually implement what I already knew, instead of just piling more, going into that consumption mode and just confusing myself even more. So yeah, it's really important that you get clarity. It's really important that you stop distracting yourself with all the things, that you get support when you need it. And it doesn't matter. You might just need a single session. Like, I work with people, we can do single sessions called momentum sessions. I've had so many people come to me from a momentum session, and honestly, they're blown away. The clarity and direction we can cover in 1 hour is phenomenal, depending on where you're getting stuck. Like, some people just need to lurch forward, just to get out of that neutral pause phase and just get on with it, like get a little bit of clarity around what their sticking point is. But other people, they want more support, more guidance, and more accountability, and that's fine too. Like, we're all in a different position. So if you need help in this area, I want to help you guys. I really want to support you through this, and I really want you to see what you are capable of. I think that's my biggest thing, is showing people what they are actually capable of, because we all doubt ourselves and we never fully step into who we are unless we are nudged and pushed and supported and held accountable. Very few of us can do all of that by ourselves. Very few of us can see our blind spots. We are all so emotionally attached to the stories that we are hanging on to, the journey that we've been on, and all of that stuff. But when you get someone else to reflect those back to you and to connect the dots and to see things you can't see for yourself, oh my God, the clarity will just come and blow you away. It will lift you up and whoosh you into what you're doing next. It's so, so important. On that high that I was on after my massive morning in the office, no phone calls, no meetings, nothing. I wanted to share that with you, how powerful it can be when you have clarity, how powerful it can be when you've spent the time to get the support that you need. And I want to help you do that. So if you want that kind of support, if you are getting really stuck either on the direction you want to take, the project you want to work on, where your value is, like you just want clarity around all of those things, I can help you with that. If you want longer term support and accountability and guidance, I can help you with that too. Like, I'm really here to help you get clarity around what it is you want to create, the direction that you're going, the value that you have, and what is standing in your way. They go side by side. We can't have one without the other, okay? There's always going to be a story and a reason and an excuse and a perspective that will be stopping you from moving forward at the rate you are possible of moving forward on, if that makes sense, maybe. So I'm going to pop a link into my momentum session. And if you just want to have a chat, if you're just like, yeah, well, that sounds great, but I really don't know what sort of support I need, then I'm also going to put a link in here for my Chat with Tash session. So you can just jump on and we do a free 20-minute chat, like a little strategy call, a little discovery session to see what you're wanting to achieve, where you're getting stuck, and how I might be able to help you get through that. Okay, you don't need to sit there alone, faffing around, distracting yourself with all the things. You have so much to share with the world. We all have something to teach. Doesn't matter where we are, like we all have something we can teach someone. We always think that everyone else is more or better or further ahead than us. I don't care about that. We all have something to share. We all have something to give. We all have something to teach. And I want to help you see that for yourself. I love it. Oh, I'm on a bit of a rant, aren't I? Apologies. I'm not really sorry, because I do really feel fired up by this. And I've had enough years in my business, in the early days especially, in total avoidance and denial. Like, I was so dedicated to the stories and the excuses that kept me stuck and kept me small. So dedicated. But they didn't get me where I wanted to go. And it's only after, we acknowledge with complete compassion where we are right now, everything that got us to this point, and we focus forward on what we're going to do next. It's all about that focus forward. Don't get stuck in the past with all the things you haven't done, with all the things you should have done, with all the blah, blah, blah. That's great for some form of guidance, but we are going to focus forward. We're going to get you moving. We're going to get your momentum back. We're going to get you the clarity that you want, the clarity that you need, and we're going to get you moving again. Okay? Life is too short to be stuck. That is all I'm saying. Maybe. All right. Thank you for joining me, ladies. Oh, there might be some more comments here. It's your passion. It is. Oh, my God. Because I was so stuck for so long, and I know intimately how frustrating that is when we keep ourselves so small and not seeing the gifts and talents that we have, and not showing ourselves how brave and courageous we really are. Because every time you face up to that next fear and the next story and the next hesitation, every time you do that, you gain more strength and you gain more perspective and you gain more insight into what's possible. And you realize that all of those excuses and worry and all the thoughts about what could happen were just all mind shit. And honestly, most of the stuff we worry about never actually eventuates. So that is my little rant for today. Love the rant. Keep ranting. Yes, I will keep ranting. But I'm going to sign off for now, because I have one more project to get off my list before I have to go pick my son up. I've got to take him into the city today to get some stuff. Because my little man is heading off to Mackay next week up in Queensland for a big skate comp. So he's missing the last week of school to go hang out with Aussie skate teams, American skate teams, and just blast away Northern Queensland with an amazing comp all of next week. So we have to go get some more decks for him, because skateboarding, they snap a lot of decks, and he needs some fresh supplies before he jumps on a plane on Sunday. So that is my afternoon. Awesome. So yes, Callie, go get some sleep. It must be very late for you right now. So what is it? It'll be 10 o'clock for you now, wouldn't it? I'm guessing 10 o'clock probably. Get your beauty sleep. Be kind to yourself. Everyone, be kind to yourself. Be really compassionate to where you are right now. No shame, no guilt, no judgment. Just accept it, acknowledge it, be compassionate, and then move forward. Reach out for support when you need it. I'm here to help you guys, okay? I'm here to support you. So I'm going to pop a link in. If you know someone who needs to hear this, if you know someone who is getting stuck, then tag them in this, or share it, or send them the link, because this is a little rant that we all need to hear, okay? All right. I'm going to love you and leave you. Have an amazing Wednesday. It is literally the middle of the week for me right now. The first half of the week has been pretty bloody amazing, and I can only imagine what the second half has in store for us. All right, ladies, thank you for joining me. I will talk to you soon. See ya.